Hello and welcome to episode 48 of Raw and Score, the trivia podcast with the same amount of episodes as there are hours in 2 days, and a host that is running out of things to say when he's introducing the podcast. I am the Quizzard, and I think I've mentioned before that I am a little bit obsessed with checking the stats of this podcast. Something I've noticed is that during public holidays and long weekends, the listens always go way up, which makes sense because people are going on road trips and listening instead of playing I Spy. Sometimes I'll see a spike and be like, whoa, why are there so many people listening today? And I'll check and it'll be some American holiday I didn't know existed. But there's one thing I cannot explain. What the hell happened on Wednesday, the 2nd of October, 2024? It's the day with the most listens ever by far, and it doesn't make any sense, and it's starting to drive me a bit crazy. No new episode on that day because episodes are obviously on Monday. No holidays that day. It's not even a goddamn weekend. Was it National Trivia Podcast Day and I didn't know about it? What happened on October 2nd? Someone please tell me. Anyway, we score out of 35 points in Raw and Score Trivia with 20 questions worth 1 point each in the question round, a hard question worth 5 points, a bonus round worth 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round which is worth 5 points as well. This week, the game throughout is Odd One Out. This is a new game. In this game, I'm going to give you 4 words. You need to listen out in the question round for these 4 words and tell me which one I don't say throughout the question round. Which one is the odd one out? I will say 3 of them at some point. I won't say one of them. You get 5 points if you can tell me which one of the 4 I don't say. Listen closely because here are your 4 words. They are cruise, pale, green, and fade. Here they are again. Cruise, pale, green, and fade. Alright, remember to listen out for the words cruise, pale, green, and fade in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. On which continent would you find the country Brazil? South America. Question 2. China and which other country border Mongolia? Russia. Question 3. From which animal would you get silk? A silkworm. Question 4. What is the main cause of earthquakes? Tectonic plates moving and grinding against each other. Those pesky tectonic plates, why doesn't someone just nail them down? Question 5. Which actor and Scientologist famously saluted a picture of L. Ron Hubbard in 2008? Tom Cruise. When I went to America, I pretended to be interested in Scientology just to go in the church and check it out, and they showed me a video heavily suggesting that they could cure cancer and didn't let us leave for so long that we missed our flight later that day. I blame Tom Cruise. Question 6. What is Winnie the Pooh's favourite food? Honey. Question 7. How many semitones are there in a standard musical octave? If you have a piano near you, you can really quickly count the notes. Oh, time's up. 12 semitones are in an octave. Question 8. Disc golf discs are typically characterized by 4 flight rating numbers describing the flight of the disc. The 4 categories are speed, turn, fade, and what else? Glide. Question 9. Which English rock band is fronted by Tom York? Radiohead. Question 10. What did Jack and Jill go up the hill to fetch? A pail of water. Question 11. In which country did the holiday Kwanzaa originate? I assumed it was somewhere in Africa, but it actually originated in the United States. Question 12. Which popular website's logo features a character called Snoo? Reddit. Snoo is that little alien guy. Question 13. How many rings are there in the Olympic logo? Five rings. Question 14. In golf, what does the acronym PGA stand for? Professional Golfers Association. I didn't know this one, but I totally guessed it right. Question 15. What is the name of the stone discovered in 1799 that helped researchers decipher ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs? It was called the Rosetta Stone. Question 16. As of 2024, in which city would you find the world's tallest building? The building is the Burj Khalifa, and you would find it in Dubai. It stands at 829 metres tall. It seems like the International Space Station would be in danger of nicking the top of that thing. Question 17. What is the collective noun for a group of rhinoceroses? A crash of rhinoceroses, so called because although they can run very fast, they can only see 10 metres ahead of them, so groups of them often literally crash. Question 18. What is the name and address repeated over and over again by Dory in Finding Nemo? P. Sherman, 42, Wallaby Way, Sydney. Question 19. What substance is Superman's only weakness? Kryptonite. If I was Superman, I would use my super senses to find all the kryptonite and laser eye it from the moon to destroy it. He's quick, so it would take him a few days max and then he's in the clear. Question 20. Which number is on the very bottom of a standard dartboard? It is the number 3. Okay, that's the questions done, but did you remember to play Odd One Out? I asked you to listen for 4 words. The words were cruise, pale, green, and fade. Which one did I not say in the question round? Lock in your answer now. Okay, I did say cruise. I said Tom Cruise. I did say pale because Jack and Jill fetched a pail of water. I did say fade. Fade was one of the disc golf numbers. I did not say green. Give yourself 5 points if you got that right. Coming up, we have the really unbelievably stupidly hard trivia question and the bonus round for the episode. This week, the bonus round is Who Am I? See you soon. We're back and it's time for the trivia question that 9 out of 10 dentists agree is really hard. The really hard trivia question. Okay, you get 5 points if you can get this hard question right. Here it is. Give me the first and last name of every Spice Girl. Go. No, Scary Spice is not her first and last name. I'll give you 20 more seconds to do this one. If you want to be my lover. Five more seconds. And time. Here are the answers. Melanie Chisholm, Victoria Beckham or Victoria Adams before she was married, Geraldine Halliwell or Halliwell Horner, Melanie Brown and Emma Bunton. 5 points to all the 90s kids who never grew up. And that means it's time for the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is Who Am I? In this round, I'm going to be a person, probably a famous one, and I'm going to give you 5 clues about who I am. If you can guess who I am in the first clue, you get 5 points. The second clue, you get 4 points. Then 3, 2, and 1 point for the last clue. Remember, you can guess every question, so don't feel like you've got to hold on to your guess if you're not sure, but you only get 1 guess per question. Okay, who am I? Starting now. Clue 1. I was born on January 29, 1954 in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, to parents Venita and Vernon. I just had to check that I hadn't made a mistake writing down Kosciuszko because that sounds distinctly Australian, but it wasn't a mistake. They were born in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Clue 2 for 4 points. I spent the first 6 years of my life living in rural property with my maternal grandmother, often wearing dresses made of potato sacks which other children made fun of me for. I attended church as a young child and was nicknamed the Preacher for my ability to recite Bible verses. Clue 3 for 3 points. I was the youngest and first African-American female news anchor at Nashville's WLAC-TV. I then moved to Baltimore's WJS-TV to co-anchor the 6 o'clock news. The show that I am best known for was broadcast nationwide for the first time on September 8 in 1986. Clue 4 for 2 points. The show that I am best known for has a title which includes my own name. I have interviewed huge names like Michael Jackson, Tom Cruise, and the Royals, Harry and Meghan. Final clue for 1 point. I am perhaps the best known talk show host in the world and am known for giving out extravagant prizes and money on my daytime talk show, which ran successfully for 25 years, ending in 2011. Who am I? I am Oprah Winfrey. You get a point, and you get a point, and you get a point. Lord, sorry about the atrocious noise during that round. Sometimes you have to record a podcast during a big hailstorm. Remember, if you find me on Facebook or Instagram and send me a message with your name and score, I'll give you a shout out at the end of a show. I'm going away this weekend, so if you sent me yours late last week, you might have to wait until the next episode to hear your shout out. I know it's really hard for you to wait so long for something so exciting, but you'll just have to do it. This week I've heard from Steph, who scored a 17 and a 21. Robbie and Laura scored a 23 together. Rick scored a 23, and the Tarrawood Propagators scored yet another 26. That's like their 500th 26. What is going on with them? Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week with another episode. Bye-bye.